Hello everybody and welcome back to another video here today on RJ's Trains. Today we have a special video for you. It is layout update number 13. But before I get into the video, I just have a couple of quick announcements that I want to make. First up is that this is day number 3 of the 12 days of RJ's Trains. And so real quick, I explained this in the first video, but I just wanted to thank all of you guys for liking and subscribing and watching my videos over the past year. I uploaded my first real YouTube video back on December 14th of 2019, so it's been 1 year and we're at 1,200 subscribers and I couldn't be more thankful. So to thank you guys, I wanted to do 12 days of videos consecutively, starting on December 14th and ending on December 25th, Christmas Day. And so I've already done 2 videos because today is December 16th. On the 14th, the first video, I talked about the Menards Norfolk and Western Hopper, which is a beautiful car. And yesterday I talked about the MTH Rail King Long Island Railroad MU set, which I recently picked up, which is probably the holy grail in my collection. And they're 2 really great videos, lots of running action around the layout. So if you enjoy seeing trains run around the layout, once you're done watching this video, go and check out that video. But don't worry, you'll also see trains running around the layout in this video. So the second announcement, which you may also remember from my first RJ's 12 Days of Trains video, is that I talked about my buddy Matt, who's now selling railroad themed shirts. Not this one, but he has, almost every railroad that you can think of, including like British Rail. So him and I worked out a deal where if you use promo code RJ's Trains at checkout, you'll save 10% off your order. And it does help out the channel just a little bit. And so it would help out my buddy Matt a lot. It would help me out. So make sure if you do buy a shirt from him, use promo code RJ's Trains at checkout. You get 10% off. You save money, helps the channel, it helps my buddy Matt. It's an all-around good thing. I have my own personal shirt. It's an NW shirt, which I wore in the first video, so you can go see it in that video. But it's real good quality, and it fits perfectly on my awkward body. So I love the shirt, and I'm definitely going to be ordering more in the near future. But, alright, I've bored you enough. Let's finally take a look at the layout. So I'm going to be starting off beneath the layout right now because that's actually where the most action has happened on the layout. So the other day I went through and reorganized all my trains. So I have these like milk crates that I store all the trains in, just so I have easy access to them, and they're on boards with wheels so I can just wheel them out and pick what I want. And everything was just being thrown into crates. There was no organization. And then I even had like those big plastic tubs with the lids that I was storing more trains in because it was so disorganized that I couldn't efficiently store all of my trains. So I spent like 3 hours going through all my trains and organizing them and classing them by either road name or era. And it's a much better system. I can more easily find what I want. And, you can kind of see like how I broke it up. When I talk by era, I mean like modern eras, so that's where I have like my modern freight cars, and then the steam era cars where I have like the wood-sided reefers. In case you're wondering, I do in fact, the railroad that I have the most amount of stuff from is the Long Island Railroad, but it's less than 50 items, so it was less than I was actually thinking. I have a whole crate dedicated to Southern because I have a large amount of Southern pre- and post-war stuff, the President's boxcars, New York Central, Pennsylvania Railroad, and Penn Central. That seemed like a fitting grouping. And then just general locomotives and all my passenger cars. And I've had this set up for about a week now, and it's already a lot easier for me to find my stuff. And it's a lot easier for me to, find exactly what I want quickest time possible, instead of having to dig through all of the cars. And it also protects the cars. Just that they're now neatly stacked inside of these crates. They're just not tossed in like they were before, and hitting up against the bottom of the table, whole 9 yards. So long story short, this is a much better and efficient system, and it may not be that exciting to see because it's not on the layout, but it certainly helped me out, and it was a huge improvement to the layout. So by far the biggest improvement on the layout is that I've added the MTH DCS system with the WIU. If you've watched some of my previous videos, you've seen that I've picked this up over the last few months, but I've got it hooked up to the layout. Now, you do have to excuse my shoddy wiring right now. I still need to figure out a more permanent setup for this, but I just have it here for right now. so I can run trains with it. The one problem that I do have with it is that I wish I'd picked up the remote instead of the WIU, so I can use my phone when I want to film videos, because I can't control the trains and film a video with my phone at the same time. So that's why you're probably seeing different camera quality with some videos, because I have to use a different camera to film them. Anyways, so the only thing that I'm waiting for to complete this is a TMCC command base. I thought I had one, but I had a TMCC power commander. Anyway, so I ordered one off of eBay and it got lost in the mail, and then by the time I finally got here, the seller sent me the wrong item, so I had to return it, and I still haven't gotten a refund at the time of this recording, but hopefully I will soon. And I ordered a second TMCC command base, and supposedly it left the post office yesterday, the day I'm recording this, but it hasn't shown up in the tracker yet, so who knows. Hopefully I get one before Christmas, but I will certainly keep you guys updated. But I love the MTH DCS system. It really adds a lot to running the trains, and it makes running the trains a lot more enjoyable. But like I said, I wish I'd gone with the remote, but I can live with the WIU. It's nothing bad, and it's the future of MTH, so I might as well get used to it because the remotes aren't coming back. So up on top of the layout, that's where a lot of this potential layout work still needs to be done. So first off is this MTH 3-story building. It was painted up for a election headquarters for the election, but now that the election's over, I'm going to take off the stickers on the front of it and change it up for something else, because, well, I need an election headquarters when it's not an election season. So I'm going to take that down and change it, and hopefully that should be done by the next layout update video. I picked up this MTH billboard, Coney Island, take the subway billboard, a few weeks ago, and I haven't really figured out where I wanted to install it yet, but I am going to install it on the layout. Currently, my plan is to put it where the Amtrak water tower is, and then I would move the Amtrak water tower over to the back right corner on top of the little hill that I have back there as well. I just think the billboard would look better back there. Next up is this new Lionel fake newsstand. When I saw this in the catalog, the 2020 Volume 1 catalog, I got a good laugh out of it, and I knew I wanted to pick it up, so thankfully it did come to the layout, and it's a great piece. The only thing is that what I didn't know about Lionel newsstands is that the people on the newsstand are very out of scale, but it doesn't really bother me that much as long as I don't put other people in that area. But it's fake news, so you can get your left-wing fake news and your right-wing fake news. It's got a lot of great details on it, and it's in that great red, white, and blue paint scheme, so it's going to be a great addition to the layout. Commuters can go and pick up their paper and then walk to the train station, and I think it's going to be a really neat touch to the layout, and it will add some animation. The only thing that I'm waiting for is that I need to pick up a power adapter for the newsstand, is because it's a Lionel plug-and-play series, so it's meant to be plugged into a special piece of fast track, which I don't have, but Lionel sells an adapter where I can change it to just the standard 2 wires, and I can wire it up with the rest of my layout. So I do plan on doing that. I just got to pick up that wire eventually. I meant to pick it up at the hobby store the other day, but I forgot to. Oh well, I'll eventually pick that up, but it's a great piece, and I can't wait to get it officially on the layout. And really, last but not least, in terms of future layout progress, if you missed one of my latest videos, which was me unboxing what I won from the MTH warehouse prototype auctions, I picked up this prototype of a O-scale Southern passenger car, and I explain it more in depth in that video, but it's meant to symbolize a passenger car on display in Dalton, Georgia, and somewhere that I went over the past summer, so I wanted to recreate that on the layout, and I'm glad I'm able to do it with a piece of MTH history. But since that video, I have picked up 15 inches, or I think it's like 12.5 inches of Atlas O track, just because it looks a little bit more realistic and closer to the prototype. So the passenger car is just going to sit on that. And so what I want to do in this area is that, of course, I want to scenic it, balance the track. I'm going to build some ramps up to the passenger car itself so people could, theoretically go in and look at the inside of the passenger car. And I'm also going to wire up the track so the car illuminates its lights. And I think that's going to be a really neat touch at night. It's going to add a lot of light to the layout. This will probably be like the biggest scenic area that gets worked on. I'm really looking forward to it, and it's really great touch to have on the layout. And if I really wanted to, I could take this off that piece of track. It's not there permanently, and I could add on any passenger car I want. I can make it a Long Island Railroad passenger car display. So it's going to be a real neat addition to the layout, and it's going to fit this awkward space on the layout really well. Alright, so that about wraps it up in terms of layout progress. I know that it wasn't a lot, but I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the layout. I think it's kind of funny that my last layout update video was entitled A Finished Layout, and as everybody says, a layout's never truly finished, and as you can see from my layout, there's always something left to tinker with, whether it's just the storage or it's completely re-scenicking an area and adding something completely new. So yes, a layout is never truly done, and my layout is just another example of that. But make sure that you hit the like button, you hit the subscribe button, and you hit that bell notification button. Like I said, you've got 9 more days every day of a new RJ's Trains video, so you don't want to miss them. I'm doing this, as a huge thank you to you guys. And remember to go check out my friend Matt's t-shirt shop. Link is in the description below. And use code RJ's Trains for 10% off at checkout. But with that, take care, stay safe, and let's see some trains run around the layout.
train number 173, Vicinity. This stop is Bloomington. This stop is Philadelphia.